Now, there's also another big concern. And we'll come to the Clossack strike in a bit. But there's a big concern that we'll have to deal with. You know, put up the picture of the ex-servicemen who were thanked yesterday by President John Dramani Mahama. And this is on President Mahama's Facebook post or page. It says, I am grateful to have met with outgoing service commanders Isaac Kofiejiri of Prisons, Julius A. Kuno of Fire Service, Ghana National Fire Service, and Kwame Isiatichi Immigration Service to express my sincere appreciation for their dedicated service to Ghana. Thank you for your leadership and commitment. Hashtag let's build Ghana together. And you can see the three men. You can scroll up, please, so we can see the other two. This is the Chief Fire Officer. Old. Let the retirees go, let the young grow. Let the retirees go, let the young grow. Huh? Let the retirees go, let the young grow. On the lower right-hand corner, you see the Controller General, former Controller General, replaced by Mr. Basin-Charlie. Let the retirees go, let the young grow. And then you can also see Patience Bafo-Boni's boss. Now, this is not the list. I'll come to it. I'll come to this. And we are grateful. You see, if President Mahama had not taken this decision to swap our very old men from the position to bring in relatively younger people, what it would have meant would be that they will be there and those behind them will reach the age of retirement and they will go home. That's evil. It's actually not fair. And I'm using this as a note of caution, respectfully, to all retirees who are holding on. I'm gathering a compendium of them. When I stand here and I start mentioning your names with your staff numbers, with your SNIT number, and I put your photo on TV, don't say I am being disrespectful. Because what you're actually doing is very disrespectful and offensive. The laws and rules are clear. We were told in 2022 that we will not be given any contract extension. We went to the IMF. It was part of the reasons. If you read the Constitution, it tells you that when you reach the age of 60, you have to go home. We know. If at all you have to be put there on contractual basis, you are going to be put there because there's nobody who can do your work. And while you are on contract basis, the reasoning is that you help somebody, you train somebody, you sharpen and hone somebody to take over from you. Are you telling me that you have a whole prison service, a whole immigration service, a whole Ghana National Fire Service, and then you have people who are stuck at the top? At a point, we got a very big appetite for retirees. It's actually an insult to the others who are in line, next in line to take over. Why? When Mr. Kofiejiri went home, didn't we find a place to put Mrs. Patience Bafo-Boni? When Isiatichi went home, didn't we find a place to put Basin-Charlie? In fact, there was even Kofi Owusu at the time. Together. So why do we do this to ourselves? People struggle to reach the top, and when you reach the top, you saturate it. You don't want to go home. This morning, you know your knee is hurting. You have actually even reduced your age. There's a case at NHIS, and I'll get to it in a bit, one of these days. Those of you who have reduced your ages, SNIT flags it and says that, oh, you are 60. But the person tells you that they are 54 or 56. Those who have reduced your age, at SNIT, your cards and everything is ready. You just have to go and confirm, but you are still holding on. I said, I'm digging all those things. I will come and put your pictures up here so your children and your grandchildren will see you for who you are. Don't think that we don't know. We know. Sometimes we relax a bit because it's some way. Now, the leadership at the Ghana Armed Forces have also been changed. So it looks like a complete overhaul of things. This is dated Monday, the 17th of March, 2025. Appointment of new service chiefs for the Ghana Armed Forces. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, has made changes in the command of the Ghana Armed Forces. The President has appointed the following as acting service chiefs for the Ghana Armed Forces, pending consultation with the Council of State. It will be formality. Acting Chief of Defense of the Defense Staff, Brigadier General William Ejapong. Acting Chief of Army Staff, Brigadier General Lawrence Kweku Betanu. Acting Chief of Naval Staff, Commodore Godwin Livinus Bessing. Acting Chief of Air Staff, Air Commodore Eric Ajin Frimpong. Acting Chief of Staff, Brigadier General Glover Ashong Anan. The appointments take effect from March 24, 2025. The President this afternoon met with the outgoing service chiefs led by the Chief of the Defense Staff, General Thomas Opompepra, at the Flagstaff House. Mr. Mahama thanked them for their dedicated service to the nation and assured them of his willingness to rely on their varied experiences and depth of knowledge to reset Ghana. Signed, Felix Kwachu Fosu MP, spokesperson to the President and Minister, Government Communications. So there are changes that have happened. Let me tell you a story. I used to have an uncle. And this uncle of mine knew all of us, his nephews and nieces, including his children. And he knew who was senior to who. But he favored some people more than the others, this uncle of mine. To the point where even those that he took along with him, he knew that he was not supposed to keep them for a very, very long time behind him as they grew, but he still did. He kept them there so that they will mature enough so that when he brings them back home, they will become seniors to the others, and then that when opportunities come, they will be the ones to take over. So this uncle, before he left to fly abroad, he put some of our cousins in certain strategic roles. This is my uncle. Then another uncle comes back and he had to manage the estate. So what he did was that he looked at younger nephews and nieces and then he gave them those roles to perform. Eventually, those who were performing those roles got angry and had to leave. That is what we call Plan B. You can promote, but I will appoint so that those who are in terms of juniors, in terms of intake, get to be there so that you are retired eventually. This is not about my uncle. Think about it properly.